Okay, I just did a whole video and it didn't, my microphone died. Ugh, I knew that was going to be a hassle. So I'm going to have to make sure I charge it at night before we do a video and then use it. It does work. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Um, I just was talking about priming the kit. Okay, that's what we're doing. So I'll go over it again. Where I use this. It's from McPherson's, and this is the kit. I already did the head and one arm, the one arm and one foot. So I got to do this arm and this foot. I've already done the head. And what you do is you put a little in the bowl, your bowl, and then you're going to go upward, meet in the middle. The middle is the ears, okay? So you're going to come up to the ears and pounce it. So you're going to take your sponge after you brush it on and you're going to pounce it. And this is the, when you cut it in half, this is what it looks like. So it's going to give it a little bit of texture. And then once you do that side, then you're going to go side ear to ear to the forehead. And then you're going to do the rest of the face, just like that. Make sure when you get around the nose or opened eyes or whatever, you use another brush and get it out of there. And get it, I mean, you still want it in there, so swish it around the lips and stuff. Make sure you get it everywhere. So we did the head and we did a hand. So now we will do another hand and another foot because you didn't get to see that. But I can't do the head again because I've already done it. So I am going to put this in because I noticed last time we did this, I had to hold it. It was too, because I'm doing a preemie. So it's a lot harder to hold and get everything where it needs to be. So you just brush it on kind of liberally. You know, you want to get it everywhere in the crevices and stuff. And you want to get it all the way around. Get it all the way around. And get it on there. And then you're just going to pounce it off. So we did that. And then you're just going to take your sponge and you're going to pounce it. And I was just talking away. And then I noticed that my light wasn't on the microphone. I'm like, oh, crud. So there was no sound, so I deleted it. So we're just starting over. So it was a 17-minute, 15-minute video, just talking about what you need to do. And this is the same kind of thing. You're just gonna put it on here. You're gonna make sure you get it off everything. And you can tell when you do this how wet it is. And then when you sponge it, it's gonna look kind of textured. It's still gonna be wet, but it's gonna be a textured. It won't be like a soaking wet. So I don't know if you can see. See right there is kind of wet. See, and you can see kind of the texture. So hopefully you can hear me okay. The next one will be better. So I know a lot of you are saying that you can't hear me, so I've been trying to figure that out. But every microphone that I have runs on battery, and it's only good for so long, and then you screwed up your video, you know what I mean? So you just got to make sure that it's fully charged before you do a video and go from there. So you just, all these little crevices between the fingers, you want to make sure that you get all that out. So you're going to need Q-tips, a smaller brush. We got a smaller brush here. We'll use the smaller brush and just get it all the way out. There we go. So it's all out and it's got to dry. It's got to dry overnight. And then we can start the next layer, which is the flesh layer. Now, I was saying like this one is kind of a darker vinyl, it's a preemie, so preemie is darker. Preemie is darker, so it's gonna look a little bit different when you put paint on. It's gonna always be like a little bit darker. So you just want to make sure you get all the crevices and everything, and just get it all wet. Get it in there. Okay, so it's all in. And now we're just gonna pounce it off. Not really pouncing it off, we're kind of pushing it into the vinyl. And then it looks like it's textured because of how we did this. And I don't know if, yeah, you can kind of see the texture. See where it's wet up there? And then you can kind of see the texture. See it? You can see it. So that's what we want. I don't like a lot of texture. Like I have Jake. Jake was painted by another artist. I love him to pieces. But his skin is really textured and it's bumpy and it's not soft at all. And I love him, but I don't like the skin. I'm not a texture gal. I like this texture because it's subtle. It's not like major. And so his first layer, and so we do this with the primer. We give it a little bit of texture. And then when we paint, it has a different, like when we do the washes, it'll be like this too. When we do the wash, the different color washes. And then when we do the mottling, it's totally different because then there's there's like little holes in the sponges. So it's all good. So this is what I did with the first video, only I did the head and was chatting with you, but I just telling you how to do it. So this one has little tiny, see I don't know if you can see some of it in between the toes. We need to get that out. We do not want that. And you don't want it when you do paint either, so you want to make sure you get it out of there. We don't want nothing in between the toes on either side. So I just take the little brush and just take it out. And then if there's some in the little crevices here, you just kind of swoop it up and get rid of it. There you go. So always have some water. I use bottled water. I have a bottled water right here, and for cleaning your brushes. But when you're mixing your paint, you want distilled water. So go to the water aisle, and usually they have it in the baby section. You can get a gallon. I have a gallon under here that I use. And just make sure you rinse your brushes out and stuff. Hence the diaper pad here, because you can do that. I will take these upstairs and wash them because this is like a glue, and it'll ruin your brushes. So this one is all set. He's all set. You can tell he's not shiny anymore because we've got that texture and stuff on there. And we're done with the primer. We're not going to use that again. We're all done with it. And we're done with these. We throw those away. Or you can rip them again and reuse them if you want, whatever. I'm not going to reuse them. But I am going to wash this brush out. I'll take these upstairs. I didn't waste any of it. If you have a little bit left in the bottom, go back and put it on the head and redo it with the head. And yeah, that's it. I saved my gloves because there's no sense in wasting them, you know. You just let them dry. Just lay them here to let them dry. if they're wet or whatever. And I'm gonna leave my mic here to charge, but I need to take this part upstairs and charge it. So I don't have another thingy here to charge it with. So maybe if I remember in the morning, because this will be charged, I can I'll run down here in the morning and hook that in there, so while I'm at work it'll be charging. And then tomorrow, or as far as I know tomorrow, we are going to do a flush layer. So I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or whatever, but the next step is the flush layer. So that's it. We're just 7 minutes shy of where I was before, and I was talking about the head. So we're done. Hopefully you can hear me, and we'll see you in the flush layer.